Why am I packing so much in the back? What's going on? Mississippi State has consistently been one of the worst teams in the SEC, but they also have some really loyal fans. So in this video, I'm going to take over as head coach of the Bulldogs and try to put them on top of the SEC for the first time in team history, but it won't be easy. We are in the SEC, but also I am playing on the hardest difficulty and default transfer settings with the slider set that is supposed to help the games look and feel more like real-life college football. So if that's the case, then teams like Texas and Georgia are going to be super hard to beat. Mississippi State has produced some really solid defensive talent to the NFL, such as Chris Jones and Jeffrey Simmons, but they have never had a player win the Heisman, and they have never appeared in the national championship. So I'm giving myself 5 challenges for this video. The first 2 I just mentioned, and the other 3 are to beat our rivals Ole Miss, also win a conference title, and sign a top 5 recruiting class. If I can complete at least 3 of those, I will feel satisfied with calling this rebuild a success. Also, for this video, I'm only allowed to play in 5 games in the regular season, but I am going to be playing the moments for those games to help get through the seasons the quickest. Normally, I play every game with no simming whatsoever, but for this video, I wanted to test out this format and see what you guys think about it. This team has some decent talent right now, but a lot of them have deal breakers that aren't being met or they're a senior. So I'm going to have to hit the transfer portal pretty hard, probably, especially if the recruiting isn't going the way that I hope it does. I did make Coach Willie Wayne a recruiter, and I bought the defensive line tier 1 package so that it takes less time to scout edge rushers and defensive tackles. I just feel like that's always been an identity for Mississippi State, and I want to continue that here while I'm head coach. Immediately seeing a 4-star here, Trey Crum wants to come here. We've got a 3-star pipeline in Louisiana. Here's some of the top prospects in Mississippi. Obviously, we have a 5-star pipeline, so I will be targeting any 4-stars here up from Mississippi. And we even have a few 4-stars that are interested in coming here, like this 4-star Shamir Tompkins, a quarterback. The number 1 player from the state is running back J.D. Holly. He's an East-West playmaker, so hopefully he has some speed. It's definitely a long shot, but I am targeting 4 5-stars that I think made sense. Got a little bit of a pipeline with all of them. It's so tempting, but I'm not going to scout the 5-stars. I'm just going to offer a scholarship to them and then see if we can even get on their board. I'm not sure how true this is, but I think when you have a player with playing time deal breaker and multiple players at that position that you're trying to recruit, that means he's the highest overall out of those players. Definitely want to offer Trey Crum a scholarship. He has an A+ deal breaker. 92 speed, 93 acceleration, very, very good athlete, and 78 zone coverage. Good tackling, too, for a cornerback. Ow. So, Southern Miss didn't stand a chance, and it looks like the Sun Devils... Oh, dear. It looks like the Sun Devils were able to pick up a win in week 1, and I'm going to hop into this game because they are ranked number 12, and it's a home game, so if we can beat them, I feel like that'll give us a chance to hop into the top 25 before we even get into SEC play. Maybe not, though, but starting out 4-0 out of conference would be very nice going into the game against Tennessee. Obviously, this is not going to be an easy win. They've got some really talented players on their roster, but I'm still confident in our ability to get the job done today. Here in Starkville, Mississippi, you know the cowbells are gonna be ringing as loud as possible. Blake Shapen just got a 14-yard rushing touchdown. So now we are only down by 3 instead of 10. Gonna try to get a stop here on defense. Defense has struggled the most here today. I take that back. Offense has definitely struggled the most. They finally got their first touchdown here in the 4th quarter. Gonna try to send some pressure here. I seemed to throw him off last time, and there's a sack for the middle linebacker. That was actually Jalen Smith, the thumper. Now, 3rd down and 13, trying to cover up everything. We got 2 men over there. Thankfully able to bring him down after a gain of 3. Definitely feel like when I'm talking, I'm messing up a lot more, and I didn't even feel the pressure, and I had someone open on the drag route. We gotta get one more stop here on defense if we want a shot. Arizona State's running the clock down as much as possible. They're gonna probably run it every play here, I assume. Gonna try to confuse them by sending a stunt and hope for the best right now because I didn't have any time at all to set anything up, and there's a good TFL again. I went ahead and used the timeout, so we need a stop here. We need these fans to ring those bells as loud as possible. Can't make any adjustments. He's going to just send this one deep, but we've got a man back there. There's Kelly Jones on the interception, the 6'4" cornerback. I had him in my UL Monroe dynasty on College Football 25, and he's going to get the first interception of the season for us. So that interception was exactly what we needed. Now we have the ability to chew a little bit of clock here potentially, but not on this play. Just going to take a shot here for Jordan Mosley before I get hit. And now I've given the ball right back to Arizona State because I didn't see the safety. One more shot here, 3rd down and 1. I didn't use a timeout. I'm going to keep both of them here. I don't think I can stop them, honestly, unless Mitchell can make this tackle, and he does. 4th and 5 here. It's not looking good at all. Only one timeout in 18 seconds. They leave a man open. I'm just going to take him, and he's got no speed at all, but I'm able to get out of bounds, actually. Trying to look over the middle here, and we've got this post and sit, and he hangs on to it. Use the timeout. So this is another 55-yard field goal. We made one earlier, just barely, and we had the wind at our backs that time. It doesn't feel like I'm going to be able to make this with the vibrations that I'm feeling, but we're going to try. This kick has the distance, but not the accuracy. I have no idea why it's so slow. Man, that hurts. And Arizona State barely walks out of this one. I feel like we had multiple chances to win this game, and I just blew it every chance I had. After that loss, you can see how many players are threatening to transfer right now. Pretty much anyone you think that's a higher overall on this team is probably going to be gone. We did exactly what I expected us to do in the last 2 games. Picked up the win, scored over 50 points, and didn't allow a single touchdown. But now here we are in SEC play where we are about to play some really tough opponents. 3 top 10 teams. So right now I think I'm simming these 2 games. And then after the bye week, we can decide which of these games I'm going to be hopping into. Definitely going to show the Ole Miss game. We actually beat Tennessee. Kelly Jones picks up another interception. It was a close one, but we did win in the 4th quarter. Texas A&M is a 92 overall, 94 offense. So I'm not going to play this game. Our next 3 opponents are all 4-0. So I don't think I need to hop into this game. I think it's pretty safe to assume Texas A&M has this one at home. Mississippi State could shock them, though. We do have 2 commits, though. Trey Crum, probably the best cornerback that I could have brought in. He's got 92 speed, 93 acceleration, and 78 zone coverage. And then Zaire Titus, 92 strength, 85 power moves, 91 hit power. He's a gem, but his deal breaker is playing style, so he could decommit at any week. There's still some 4-stars that don't have any offers, like wide receiver Jason Bourne. I don't know what possessed the team, but they just beat Texas A&M 40-18 without our 90 overall running back Fluff Bothwell. Blake Shapen on the road, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Booth had 172 yards. I think I'm going to trust the simming to get it done on the road. And I'm going to play at home versus Texas and try to give us a shot at an SEC championship. Honestly, it all depends on if we can get this win here in the simming. If not, it's probably unlikely. It looks like we barely lost this game, only by a field goal. DJ Lagway, 3 touchdowns, an interception. Blake Shapen, 2 touchdowns, no picks, but he got sacked 6 times. After this loss to Florida, there was really no shot at an SEC championship. We went and lost 3 of our last 5 games, and now the final game against Ole Miss is a big one because we could complete one of the challenges that I set for myself at the beginning of the video. I have personally seen how heated this rivalry can get in a household. I have Ole Miss fans a part of my family, and I also have Mississippi State fans in my family. And this Egg Bowl is pretty important. I don't want to see Ole Miss hoist that trophy. I want to bring it home to Starkville, keep it here, even though, well, I guess bring it back because Mississippi State has lost it 2 years in a row, I'm pretty sure. Ole Miss has won the last 2 matchups for the Egg Bowl. In fact, they have won most of the Egg Bowls. They have a big lead over Mississippi State, so it would be really nice to hoist that trophy up here in this first season. We're going to see if we can get a touchdown here to Allen on this play action. That doesn't look like it's going to happen. Ole Miss is ready. Ole Miss's defense seems to play a lot better than their offense, but it seems to be happening for both sides today. Score is still 0-0. Looks like we might have a chance for our tight end right here. He hangs on to it. He's got the sure hands ability. Second and goal now from the 6. I feel like Fluff Bothwell on the screen sounds like a good play here, especially if we get those blocks. Just going to go back inside where they are. And Fluff does get the first touchdown here in the Egg Bowl. Blake Shapen just busted out a 20-yard run and put us on the 7-yard line, so I'm going to jump in here and try to get us up 14-0. Really like this play in the red zone. Jordan Mosley usually gets open here on this route. It looks like he will, but this pass was way too high. It feels like all my passes are almost always too high. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't feel like I'm holding up on the stick or anything, but I throw a lot of high balls. And that's intercepted? Seriously? I've struggled pretty hard so far in the red zone. I'd like to get better. I'm going to try this RPO bubble out. I think we got him to bite there. The fastest wide receiver on the team just made a heck of a move. Oh my gosh. I mean, their ankles are going to have to get checked after that. 2 players in one move. I mean, I did not expect this at all. Those two are going to need some ice packs after that. Right now, we are up by 14. And they are going for it on 4th down and 7. So if we get this stop right here, this game is pretty much over. Austin Simmons is going to try to scramble it forward, and he does get the first down. Just did not set the QB contain up properly, and he was able to scramble out. So we're going to try to cover up this middle now, and he's not going to get a hand on it. So far, we have held Simmons to just 75 yards passing so far, and that's going to be a drop. I thought he had that for sure. Cover 4 palms is supposed to be fixed, so this should be alright, unless it was just a wrong play call right here. Doesn't look like it was, though. We got a 6'4" corner out there to make the play. So we win the Egg Bowl. There's the trophy being hoisted up by Blake Shapen. The senior quarterback wins in his final game at this stadium. So a nice send-off for him. And we finally break the streak that Ole Miss had winning the Egg Bowl. Even with the win and the visit, Josh Woodside wanted to go to Georgia, where he probably won't even play. It did, however, help us jump up into this recruiting battle with Miami, and they have the exact same pipeline as us, so I'm not sure who's going to get this player. I could go in and check to see if they have a better hard sell, but I'm just going to wait and see. So, of course, after winning the Egg Bowl, I did get 36 points to spend, and I want to be able to go after a ton of players in the transfer portal because I've only brought in a few 4-stars, right? So, I think I finish off here with that one. And I'll go ahead and get it for defensive backs as well. And since there is a chance that Fluff Bothwell transfers, I feel like it'll be good to go ahead and get Portal King for the running backs as well. Haven't really looked into quarterback much. There's 2 or 3 on the roster that I feel like are pretty decent starters potentially in the next few years. Right now, I've redshirted Luke Kromanowick, and then Kamario Taylor has star dev. They both have star dev, and it doesn't seem like either one of them want to transfer right now. Jamerson Stokes, a 4-star center commits. I wasn't expecting that to happen. Oklahoma's quarterback won the Heisman, 3,100 yards, 29 touchdowns. And our kicker won the Lou Groza. That was not expected. And we get the Music City Bowl versus Penn State, a highly rated team. I said highly rated. I thought they were. They're only an 86 in this game. I haven't played against them in a long time, so this is going to be a fun matchup. It is early signing week, so we get to see some early dev trades, and Jamerson Stokes is the newest commit, our 8th 4-star, our 7th 4-star. I did get 1 3-star so far. And it looks like he's going to have normal dev for sets at center. Marcus Westfall is going to come in with elite dev at defensive tackle, the number 8 defensive tackle in the nation, and he wasn't a gem or anything. I had a feeling Trey Crum was going to be good, and 92 speed, 93 acceleration, 78 zone, 70 man, 70 press. He has elite dev to go with it. He's 6 foot, 168. He's going to be a really good corner. And Rakeem Branham also has impact dev. So our defense is going to look really good. In case I forgot to mention it as well, we are ranked now. That's cool to see. I guess it happened after beating Ole Miss. They were ranked. But after looking at their roster, I'm not very excited for this matchup anymore because I don't think they're an 86 overall. They look more like a 90. So we do finish 8-5 after a loss to Penn State in a bowl game. Thought we had a chance for a second, but ultimately our best win of the season was probably against Texas A&M, 40-18. I expected them to beat us, but also the victory over Ole Miss was pretty good. Not letting them score a single touchdown was very nice. So that'll conclude season 1. I'm ready to get into the off season. I'm gonna not spend too much time in there. I'm going to show what I'm doing in the recruiting, and then also I'm going to show how the upgrades look before and after, and then shortly after that we'll be into season 2. I'm going to do all 5 seasons here in this video. Not going to do a 5-part series or nothing like that right now, but if that is something you'd rather see with more focus on the games, be sure to let me know down in a comment below. That would be awesome to hear your feedback on that. Lane Kiffin has moved on from Ole Miss. He is now going to be head coaching for LSU. That is interesting to say the least. And Rhett Lashley will be the head coach for Ole Miss now. Hugh Freeze was fired from Auburn, and he will now go coach UL Monroe. So they've got a pretty decent recruiter now. He's a level 58 coach coming in to the Sun Belt. He's probably gonna kill it there. Take a look at this screen here. We can see Georgia. Kirby Smart has won 3 of the last 5 national championships. That is pretty dang good. But I think we're good to go ahead and move on to the offseason. Not much else to do here. We do bring back Calvin Dinkins. That's pretty important. He's going to be starting at defensive tackle. Fluff Bothwell, probably not coming back. Yeah, extremely low chance there. Isaac Smith did not transfer. That ends up being pretty huge for us. We still got Devon Booth, it looks like, or maybe not. I think seniors are still going to show up here for some reason. If not, that means we only have 2 running backs on the roster. Gonna have to try to fix that. Jordan Mosley and Brennan Thompson both gone. Aiden Williams did not transfer, but Allen is also gone. We only have 4 wide receivers. So here in the transfer portal, we're going to have 1,000 hours to play with. And I'm definitely probably don't have to worry about putting any points on him. But I'm going to go ahead and throw as much as I can at these remaining 4 stars. DJ Pickett. Lots of cornerbacks here at the top interested. Avery Johnson is not going to consider us, but he is the highest rated quarterback in the transfer portal. I don't know why, but we have a ton of cornerbacks interested in us and not much else. So I filled up the board and offered all my scholarships and put all the points that I want to on the players that I think I have a chance at getting. I know how good Coy Parrish can be. He's the #1 safety, and no one has a pipeline for him. I don't either, but I would like to try to go for him. I probably shouldn't go after so many DBs. I feel like I'm targeting too many. I probably should take some off and go for some offensive linemen. I just want to see where we're at with these guys first and then target some offensive linemen. I feel like those will be more abundant. For some reason, playing time went to an F after it was an A+. The entire free agency the entire offseason, Lincoln Kineholz has been on the board. He's been an A+, but now it's an F for some reason. So here we go. We're going to see all the top commits. I'm probably not going to show much. I'll probably just go to the recruiting screen because there's going to be a lot of clicking right here, I assume. I think I just signed 27 prospects. All these 4 stars got impact or better. I love to see that. Ashton Stamps, the #1 cornerback in the transfer portal, comes to Mississippi State. Of course, Georgia finishes #1. We do sign a top 20 class with 16 4 stars, 19 3 stars. I think I built up a really good class. So before we get to position changes, I brought in 2 90 overall DBs. We already had Isaac Smith, who returned. I assumed he would have transferred, but we had playing style work out in our favor. So now we have him and Bray Hubbard, as well as Tal Johnson. Jelani Thurman comes in with 28 points already. So I'm going to just upgrade Jelani Thurman with the points that he already has and let the upgrading next week do what it wants. Max Reese upgraded his dev trait, so that's pretty good. So it looks like I forgot to turn off the progression, so I gotta hold to progress. Nobody actually upgraded yet. We're about to see this live in action. So we won't see our overall jump yet, but look at Aiden Williams. He went up 9 overall. We have a really good receiver now. Isaac Smith up to a 90. For some reason, none of the transfers have upgraded. Interesting. I don't know if that's a bug or not, but I guess I'll upgrade the transfers. I'm finally through with all of the upgrades, and I am very happy with how it turned out. Ashton Stamps now has Platinum Jammer and Blanket Coverage. We have several players in the 90s now. Branson Robinson, as a senior, is going to be a 90 overall, so we lost our 90 overall sophomore running back, but we did gain a 90 overall, so I'm happy about that. Mylan Graham is up to an 87 overall, 95 speed, 96 acceleration, and Jalen Mbakwe, 97 speed, 96 acceleration. He is also pretty high overall, now 86 as a sophomore. Our quarterback went up to an 87 overall, 88 with all the boosts. DJ Pickett as a sophomore is going to be an 86 overall, and his coverages are already maxed out, but I don't know how easy it's going to be to keep around the 86 overall sophomore, but he's pretty maxed out mostly in his coverage department. The issue I'm having is deciding whether or not I want to start Kelly Jones, who did play well whenever I was in games. He got the most interceptions that I saw, maybe the only ones. And then Trey Crum, he's the cornerback with the elite dev who wants playing time. I have him listed over Javen Williams on the depth chart, so hopefully that'll keep it at an A+. I've got 875 hours here to start in the preseason. Definitely gonna have some shots at some 4 stars this season. We even have a few 5 stars interested in us. They're all DBs and they're all going on the board. Georgia is in the top 5 for a majority of these 5 stars. Obviously they're not gonna get them all, but I'll probably have my recruiting board narrowed down a bit better in around week 3 or 4, so that's probably when we'll get another update on these guys. Right now I think the games I'm going to hop into that might be the most important is this Oklahoma game, Alabama. I feel like Oklahoma and Alabama starting out 2-0 in the SEC would be good, so I think I'll play those first 2 games. Skip Vanderbilt and see how we're looking at that point in week 7. We did exactly what I thought we would in out of conference play, but now we head into SEC play against Oklahoma. They're 2-2 right now, so they're not off to the best start. Alabama's 3-1. They're still ranked number 13. So far, 2 drives, 1 apiece for each team, and that's going to be an interception for both defenses. Ashton Stamps gets the first pick here of the game for Mississippi State. Not liking that up the middle. Hopefully we can get something going here on this drag route for the back. No, that's the starting tight end, Jelani Thurman. There's his first catch, and he's going to get smacked out of bounds. Try to catch defense off guard. Nope, not happening that time. Here we go. Aiden Williams, first down. Good throw by Lincoln. So far, Robinson has looked really solid with the ball in his hands. I'm going to try to get a screen pass going to him. Hopefully the block's set up nicely. Looks like it won't be much that we need, and he's going to stroll in. How about that for his first receiving touchdown of the game? Oklahoma is going to try for a very long field goal, and here's Trey Crum coming off the edge. Whoa. That whole sentence was just botched from the get-go. Big rush here from Lincoln Kineholes to put us in the red zone. Going to run some play action. He's a decent play action quarterback, and we've got a man open in the end zone. There's a good throw from Lincoln to Jelani Tompkins. Thurman, who the heck is Jelani Tompkins? Gonna get put on the defensive line here with Dinkins, forcing him out of the pocket, and we bring him down. There we go. 3rd sack of the game for Mississippi State. I don't know how to QB contain for some reason. There we go. All right, outside throw, and DJ Pickett is all over that one. Good hold by Mississippi State's defense. Now they got a hard kick to go for here, and this one is going to be missed. We can knee it out. Oklahoma's going to fall by just 3 points after making a pretty decent comeback. But this was a really fun game. Oklahoma held their own, I thought, for a little while at least in the 4th quarter there. And now it's time to get ready for this rivalry game against Alabama. Thankfully, it's in Starkville. They are a higher overall than us. They have a 96 overall defense. That is pretty scary. They still have Ryan Williams, of course, leading the way for him at wide receiver, 99 overall. Even though I brought in a 94 overall cornerback, he's still got his work cut out for him today. Isaiah Horton out there as well. Quarterback for Alabama is Malik Murphy. He's a dual threat senior, 84 speed, huge arm on him, 97 throw power. His accuracies are really solid. We're being featured in the game of the week, and of course it's gonna be a rainy one. We're probably gonna see a more of a ground game, I'd say. I just hope that our offensive line can stack up to their D-line. We just need one simple yard. If my right guard and right tackle mess up this play, or my right guard and center mess up this play again, I'm gonna be upset. Hit the hole. 4th and 1. We just cannot run the ball right now. Alabama is swallowing everything. And here, how about we have 3 players have a false start? Just lovely. Not to be a negative Nancy, it just is feeling like one of those games where I'm not destined to win. It's just not in the cards. They want Alabama to win. They decided it before the game started. He just falls forward for that extra yard that he needed when we had him stopped for a second. All right, 3rd down and 11. If we give this up, I might have to... I don't even know. I don't know what I have to do. Screen pass out left. Please, Kelly. Okay, Kelly. Ryan Williams is out of bounds. This game's over. Kelly Jones has made some plays so far in this rebuild, but also he has given up so many big plays just because he has 88 speed and I'm in the SEC. There's a fumble that we... What do you mean? It just goes into his hands. That was it. That was the play we needed. The running back just doing way too much, gets popped, and the ball just shoots into his hand. It's on his knee right now. He's in the air. It's hitting his knee, and it's not going to roll. It's just going to float and magnetize. Okay. One-handed. Okay. Sure. The game isn't being handed to Alabama. I want you all to sit there and look at your screen. Imagine my eyes. Just look me in the screen and tell me this game isn't being given to Alabama right now. I don't know what to call here on this 3rd down and 3. I want to press though for sure. Give my team some time to get there on the blitz, and we do. Jare Bledsoe. Biggest drive of Lincoln Kindhole's career. Down by 8 at home versus number 10 Alabama. At risk of losing that number 4 ranking. Try to hit them on the outside this time with Murph. It's going to be overthrown, though. And where is A going? What is happening? I want you all to look me in my eyes through your screen and tell me this game is not giving it to Alabama. This is my primary read on the play. He's supposed to run an up and out. But what happens? What does he run? What does my 91 overall tight end run? Let's see. And up and backwards. I would have preferred it if he at least blocked on this play, but he just runs to the end zone. Where are you going? All right. I think my crash out is over. I feel like this game is also over, but we still have a chance. It's 3rd down and 10, 1 timeout. But I'm one bad play from probably drop kicking my monitor. 3rd down and 10. Can we at least get closer to this 1st down marker? How about this quick throw? Intercepted. How about that, man? That was just a bad read by me. Oh, it's going to be a pick 6. Oh, I really thought it was. Aiden Williams came out of nowhere. But Alabama seals this game. They were just meant to win it. At no point in this game did it feel like I was going to win, because Alabama just had everything going their way. And I hate to be that guy. I don't say this often. I accept my losses, but this one does not feel right. Nick Off is commits to make me feel better. With just 3 more games that I can hop into, it's looking like the LSU and Ole Miss game are pretty important. I was kind of wanting to play this Kentucky game because it's going to be important for visits. So Auburn is an 86 overall. Probably going to have to just sim this game, play the LSU, Ole Miss, and Kentucky game since I got recruits visiting against Kentucky. Definitely want to hop into that one. So Auburn is going to have to get simmed. 5-star cornerback Ty Coxey out of North Carolina commits to Mississippi State. And that's after a win over Auburn, so I'll definitely take it. It looks like LSU's overall has dropped a little bit. They're lower overall than us. But with Ty Coxey committing, that opens up 50 more points, and it looks like I have 200. So it looks pretty grim here for KC Cush. But Carl Ivory and D'Angelo Boozer are visiting this week against LSU. So if we can get a win over the Tigers, I feel like we can jump up heavily on their recruiting board. The SEC is really tight right now. Georgia and Florida are both undefeated. Texas and LSU are also above us. If we can get a win over LSU, we will probably jump into that 4th or 3rd spot. And if we can get a very much needed loss here for Florida or Georgia, we might have a shot if we win out all of our games. But it's pretty slim here. Georgia and Florida are highly rated. Well, Florida not so much. Georgia's got a 99 offense. Another game of the week too, so this should increase our brand exposure a little bit, you know? I think that's how that works. Definitely glad to be playing this game in Starkville and not Death Valley. Would be significantly harder, I'd say. I'm sure a lot of teams know that. The all-time leading winner in this rivalry is LSU with 78 wins. That is a crazy stat. Mississippi State doesn't even have 40. I feel like it's a 50-50 matchup. This game could go either way. I don't know what it is, man. A quarterback with 94 medium accuracy, 93 short accuracy, and that was the throw that I get right there. And I'm holding triangle. I mean, why? To intercept that. And of course, he just has no freaking animation. Look at me running to intercept this. He's putting his hands up. I see that his head is turned, but I'm using this player the entire play, so he should be looking at the quarterback. He put his hands back down, and the pass just goes for 6. Down by 14. There's just not really any time in this game. We can take a few shots here, no timeouts, but that pass is just going to go right to the linebacker because why not? Sometimes this game really knows how to just to really upset you, you know what I mean? Like the Alabama and LSU game I hop into and it just doesn't feel like any other game that I play. It feels like I'm supposed to lose before anything even happens. We actually bring in D'Angelo Boozer, a 5-star Mike linebacker. Carl Ivory, another 5-star. Let's go. After dropping 1 to LSU, we did go on to win 3 straight, of course. And now we come up upon the Egg Bowl, where Ole Miss is no longer ranked. They're 7-4. We are 9-2 and number 9. As it stands right now, we are in the college football playoffs. If we win this game against Ole Miss, I feel like we have a really good shot at it. Look at all the SEC teams in the playoffs right now. Georgia, LSU, Mississippi State, Alabama, Texas, and Florida. This game against Ole Miss is bigger than the Egg Bowl. It is coming down to playoff hopes. Ole Miss has some solid players. They're an 89 overall, but it definitely feels like their team overall might be a little bit inflated. Maybe it's just because they have so many solid backups, I guess. I'm expecting a close game. Last year, they didn't score a single touchdown. I imagine they want to erase that from their minds today and pick up a victory, but I'm going to do my best to make sure we bring home the Egg Bowl for a second time. I'm going to try and cover everything, but that play is just wide open. And guess who is giving up a route? Kelly Jones, man. I swear it seems like he is the reason for every single catch whenever I'm usering. And I don't know why, but Kelly Jones is a decent player, but it seems like he is getting burnt consistently. We just lost our best rusher in Jere Bledsoe, so that's not good for us. Gonna send some pressure here, and that turns out to be a good idea. 4th and goal now. Gotta make sure we cover everything in the middle. I'm gonna do my best here with Gillette. And there's an interception for DJ Pickett. Don't fall in the end zone. Kelly, get off the block. I am pulling away from this blocker, and he was just holding him in place. Now, 4th down and 4. They've got one final shot here. If they don't get it, it's over. Bad play call here by me, but I think I got everything locked up, and there's a sack for Joseph Head Jr. So once again, Ole Miss could not beat us here in the Egg Bowl, and we just helped our playoff odds a heck of a lot more. 2 consecutive Egg Bowl victories for Mississippi State. I'll definitely take that for the fans. LSU had a phenomenal season, didn't lose a single game except to Georgia, and then they make it all the way to the SEC Championship where they got a rematch versus Georgia, but they couldn't get it done, losing by a touchdown, a high-scoring game, 56-49. London Humphreys was the only player to go over 100 yards receiving in this game. And Fluff Bothwell, 4 touchdowns, 122 yards. I guess we found out where our running back went. So Fluff Bothwell and the Bulldogs are the SEC champions. Your Heisman winner is Rocco Becht, 3,800 yards and 44 touchdowns. Wow. And we will not be going to the playoffs, it appears. We're going to be playing Ohio State in the Music City Bowl. We don't make it in as the number 10 team in the nation. BYU, Boise State, and Nebraska, Clemson. Oh my gosh. I guess because of the automatic qualifications for winning their conferences, BYU gets to go to the playoffs and Mississippi State is eliminated. Being eliminated from the playoffs has put such a bad taste in my mouth. I don't even want to play this game, but it would be nice to pick up a win over the Buckeyes. So I am going to go into it and see if we can get the job done. Here we are. If we had beaten Alabama and LSU, we would have definitely been in the playoffs, but ultimately I couldn't get the job done. I say sarcastically because I got cheated! Defense has done a really good job at holding Ohio State to only 7 points so far. They've got to go for it here in the red zone. It's 4th down and 4. Gonna try to cover everything underneath, and this is intercepted by Bray Hubbard. Take it out, my boy. You got a chance at 6 here, sheds the tackle, and the quarterback brings him. Actually, no, that's not the quarterback. But Mississippi State so far has dominated the Buckeyes, showing that maybe they made a mistake putting BYU in the playoffs instead of us. And another interception, this time in the simming. Isaac Smith picks up one for us. So Mississippi State gets it done here in the Music City Bowl. Ohio State didn't stand a chance. Julian Sayin, 15 for 30, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. That's just not going to get it done against this defense. Yay, we add the Music City Bowl to the trophy collection. Woo! But man, not making the playoffs really stings. Let's check out some of these recruits' dev traits. Maybe that can help us feel better. Show me an elite here. Let's go! Carl Ivory has elite dev at linebacker. And we have another 5-star linebacker to look at as well. Let's see what our cornerback is going to have. Star dev. I didn't scout him, didn't think it was necessary. But star dev on the cornerback and star dev on D'Angelo Boozer as well. Very happy about that. Nick Office was a gem. I have him favorited. He has elite dev as well. Oh my gosh. That is 4 elite dev players in 2 recruiting classes now. I'll take that all day. Obviously, we're going to be losing starting quarterback Lincoln Kineholes. And I think now would be a great time for Luke Kromanowick to step into a starting role. Hopefully he develops pretty nicely. We can get those accuracies up a bit into the mid-80s, hopefully. Because even with 94 and 93 here with these two, I was still seeing some mad passes that didn't make any sense. And also, there's a good chance Chauncey Bowens will exit. He likes play style. We only have a B- and he wants a B+. I thought we were losing more receivers, but Aiden Williams is the only one graduating that really was starting. Glover did not have a starting role. But Donovan Murph, looks like he'll be returning. Jalen Mbakwe will be returning as well. And Mylan Graham, losing our top 2 free safeties as well as our top 2 strong safeties. So this defense is about to see a lot of turnover. I'm going to hope that there's something really special in the transfer portal as far as the secondary goes, because I don't want to lose three 90 overall safeties in one season. I mean, I'm going to. There's nothing I can do about it. They're all seniors, but you know what I mean. I want to replace them with some at least comparable talent. So that is my plan as we head into this offseason. I'm going to go ahead and sim to the end of season recap week, and I'll meet you guys there. Go ahead and place your bets. We have an LSU and Texas matchup in the national championship. I know LSU is glad that Georgia won't be there because they did lose twice already to them. Lane Kiffin and the LSU Tigers in his first season coaching there are national champions. They won by a single point. They were a big reason for me not being in the playoffs. Obviously, I lost to them, but they get the job done. They win all the glory possible. But that's the end of season recap. No award winners, no record breakers or anything like that in this season. So on to year number 3. Right here I have 9 persuasion attempts and there are 12 players wanting to transfer out. I wasn't able to convince a single player to stay, and some of these deal breakers are really, really upsetting. Like right here, B- to B+, like that's 2 off, but very low chance to sway or come back. Playing style, deal breaker, C+ needs a B-. That is 1 away, and it's a low persuasion chance. Doesn't work. He has 47 points, plus whatever he gets here in the offseason. This one really hurts. That was probably the worst experience I've had in the offseason at the player leaving part, because I usually get at least 1 or 2, and this time I get 0? I've never had that happen before. We end up with more than 6 draft picks. We ended up getting 3 extra players here in the late 7th round. Our quarterback, halfback, and wide receiver all sneak in as an 87 overall draft pick. That's really solid. Definitely going to help out with pro potential at those positions. Now if we could just get some offensive linemen to get pro potential, because that's what I just lost. That's the reason why I just lost a lot of offensive linemen, pro potential playstyle. Gotta love it. So it's still going to show all of the seniors, but the transfers, however, are all gone. So it's about to expose all the holes on the roster. 1 running back. He's a freshman, but going to be a sophomore. 1 running back is not going to cut it at all. So with 1,050 hours, there is a ton of players here to go after. Like Daniel Hill, he scored a touchdown against me in the Alabama game. He wants to come home to Mississippi. I don't really want to target 4-star linemen, but they would be so much better than the 3 stars, I feel like. I just don't think it's going to be easy to get them to come over here. Miami lost some edge rushers this year, including Marquise Lightfoot. Not many options here for 4-star safeties, but there is 2 options that are interested in me. I went ahead and found some 3-star linemen just so I can go ahead and start boosting myself up their boards, hopefully. One of them has me first on his. He's the number 6th guard. So this is the board that I have put together here in the transfer portal. The plan is to go after a ton of halfbacks, some offensive linemen, few defensive linemen, and some secondary players. I'm only going after a majority of 3-star linemen because I feel like they'll be just so much easier and not a pain to go after. Even Rhino Tapa is able to potentially come back. I know that he has 42 points coming in as a junior, so after off-season training, he should have around 80, maybe 70 points, and that'd be a really big upgrade for him. So it looks like I was right. We only lost, I think, 1 single player. So we signed a 34-player class. Looks like that visit in the last week helped them out. But yeah, 34 players. I'll definitely take it. That'll put us at number 4. We got a top 5 class. Yes! That's 2 goals this season checked off. That's exactly what I needed. Wow, I was not expecting that. Georgia somehow did not get a single player in the portal. I guess they targeted 1 player severely hard and just couldn't get the job done. But 14 3-stars, 17 4-stars, and 3 5-stars was enough to give us the 4th best recruiting class. At running back, Harlem Berry's got 94 speed, 96 acceleration as a junior. He has 10 points right now, and Daniel Hill has 19. So 2 fast running backs come in. We also have Jahan Cardenas. We brought in Dalen Singleton. He's going to be an 80 overall before upgrades. And as it stands right now, Willie Rodriguez is the highest rated tight end. But I have a feeling that Shamar Easter is going to have a huge offseason. He is the fastest tight end on the roster. So we brought in KD Arnold. He might be starting there. I think playing him at right tackle would be the move, though. So now Rhino will be our starting right tackle. And that's a bit of an improvement over the 74. Here is 5-star middle linebacker or Mike linebacker D'Angelo Boozer. Comes in as a 78 overall. And then there's Carl Ivory, the other 5-star linebacker, but this one has elite dev. We bring in Jalen Braxton to be our new #1 corner alongside DJ Pickett. And then, of course, 5-star cornerback Ty Coxey comes in as a 79. It looks like he's a bit of a two-way player as well. It looks like he can play a little bit of halfback. After upgrades, we're going to be looking pretty dang solid. Probably not a 92 overall, more like 85 to 89 if I'm being generous, probably 90. Here's the big reveal. We've got some 90s. Harlem Berry's up to a 91 overall junior. Tree got up to a 91. DJ Pickett's up to a 91 with 98 speed. And Jalen Braxton. 2 cornerbacks are our top 2 players. Here's an unexpected jump. Kamario Taylor takes over as our best overall quarterback. He is faster than Luke Kromanowick, and he just worked on all of his accuracy, so he is going to be better than Luke. Why wouldn't you work on your accuracies at all this season, Luke? You were going to start. And I didn't even check this, but Isaiah Butler Tanner won the Mackey Award with 10 touchdowns, about 700 yards. And he's also a first-team All-American, freshman All-American, first-team All-Conference. And he is at the bottom of the depth chart. Out at right tackle, Rhino's up to an 84. +2 strength. Pass blocking got better. Run blocking got a whole lot better. Okay, here at defensive tackle, we got a nice big boost here to Kevin Wynn, and Jamarius Brown's up to an 89, so that might boost our pro potential up enough to where we won't lose some of the new guys. Here is Trey Crum, the elite dev cornerback, up to an 86 overall. Are you serious? So that's how powerful elite dev can be, and he still has so much to go. I'm pretty sure he almost maxed out his speed. It's up to it needs 16 points to upgrade. But Trey Crum, as a sophomore, he might be gone in his junior year. Kelly Jones up to an 87. He's got 90 speed now. That's excellent. Very nice. An 89 zone now as well. Really solid safety. And Rashad Johnson goes up to an 84. I was hoping a little bit more. Maybe he's only a sophomore. I thought he was a senior, so an 84 overall sophomore with 2 platinum abilities is really solid, and he has gold aftershock. So after looking at all the new upgrades, what do you think our overall is going to be now? Looking at this team, I could definitely see us making a playoff run. We've got some solid studs on this team, man. And even some backups that can service them if there's some injuries that happen. After 2 huge classes, I don't even have to send anyone out. I even have 4 spots available. We're a 96 overall. That seems a bit generous, don't you think? I mean, there is a ton of players that are in the mid to high 80s, but we don't even have an 85 overall quarterback. How are we a 96 overall? So as the #3 team in the nation, to hopefully increase brand exposure, I'm going to try playing Boise State at their stadium and get a win on the road. I mean, they went to the playoffs. They had a 12-2 season, 8-0 in conference. Hopefully we can get this up to a B this year. I do not want to lose Westfall to the transfer portal. He is an elite dev edge rusher who is going to be a huge, important part to this puzzle. I don't really typically scout 5 stars, but I want to know how good he is or could be. And he is a 5-star gem, 94 strength. Somehow he has something in the 60s, but that's okay. It can get better. Damian Vick has me #1. Ole Miss, if you take Damian Vick from me, just know that the rivalry is going to be that much more heated. So one more quick look at the schedule before we start the season. We have to play at LSU and then go at Alabama. And then we'll come back home for South Carolina and Auburn. But then we have to go to Oklahoma and Kentucky. Since we did beat Ole Miss last season, I don't think I necessarily need to play that game unless it's important to seeding in the playoffs or getting to the SEC championship, whatever. So I think I'm going to skip all 4 out-of-conference games and then Vanderbilt as well. So I'll play LSU, Alabama, and probably have to see where I'm at in these 2 games. That's assuming we don't lose any of these games as well. So beating BYU did increase the brand exposure finally after 2 seasons, up from a B- to a B now. So we crush it out of conference, do exactly what I wanted, and we build up the brand exposure with that BYU win. And now we get ready to sim Vanderbilt, play LSU and Alabama, and see which other games we want to hop into for the last 3. Damian Vick, the 5-star left tackle, commits. And we get another commit out of Ryland Bloom, who did flip last week because of a visit. That's awesome to see. So there was your recruiting update as we get ready for conference play. We have 5 recruits already committed, 1 5-star, a gem in Damian Vick. He's a raw strength left tackle, but he is really good. Looking a little sketchy here for Ty Marcus, though. Tennessee's got a little bit more of a bar than I do, but if you look and see, mine should fill up before theirs, but maybe not. It might come down to, it's literally going to come down to the wire. He could choose either school here, I think. I think we're going to be losing out on Oscar Canada and Jeremiah Garner. Rather be Hey, a 4-star gem? Let's go. All right, 72 speed, 83 power moves. So a pure power rusher here. He only has 57 finesse. We have got to score this win over LSU. They're 2-0 in conference. I want to start out 2-0 and get ready for this Alabama game next week. We probably have 2 of the hardest games back-to-back in the whole nation, to be honest with you. With LSU and Alabama in back-to-back weeks, that just is not right. Looking at their roster, it's pretty dang solid. They got some good receivers, a running back. Destin Hill, he's a bit of a familiar name on my channel. He's now one of their best receivers. They got a solid defense. They brought in C.J. Carr, who was one of the better transfer quarterbacks from Notre Dame. Chauncey Bowens landed here in Baton Rouge. Really wish he would have stayed on here for Mississippi State. It's going to be interesting to see how Kamario Taylor handles these LSU Tigers. He hasn't really played a tough opponent yet. Has never really made a start until this season either. But so far he's 5-0, and these LSU Tigers are going to be looking to stop that streak here today. I'm going to QB sneak it here. It's 4th and inches. This is 4 it all, man. If we get stopped here, it's going to feel pretty rough. I've only got 2 timeouts, but Taylor gets it. It's been a close game all day, but we have a chance to take the lead here. We just need to make sure we get the right blocking set up. I don't like this play. They didn't shift anyone. But we're going to get the easy touchdown with Barry. 4 straight completions here for C.J. Carr. The Mississippi State Bulldogs got nothing to answer for right now. There's finally something that's not positive. Down by 5. They're going to show a little bit of urgency here. Maybe not, though. They might want to burn up some clock. Gonna try to send a blitz here. Here's a fumble, and we actually recover with Lockhart? I forced a fumble and picked it up. Are you serious? That never happens. I mean, I force fumbles, but my team never picks them up, and we just got the ball back up by 5. Huge play by Lockhart, the sophomore linebacker. I'm so tired of not being able to audible or hot route or do anything, man. I'm so ready to get out of this game. But we got to get a first down first. Kamario Taylor on 3rd down and 2 has a man open. As long as he can get it to Barry, this game is over. And we can just need this one out now. We take down the LSU Tigers in Death Valley, ending the 4-game winning streak that LSU had over Mississippi State. They, of course, lead the all-time series, and I definitely can't catch that anytime soon. That'd probably take another 50 years. But we did get the job done today. Mississippi State takes down LSU, and we can move on to the next game versus Alabama. There's no way we actually brought in another 5-star tackle. Ty Marcus actually committed. I didn't think he was going to. I guess he decided he wanted to come play for the #1 team in the nation. This is only like the second or third time this has ever happened for Mississippi State. The last time it happened was back in 2014, over 10 years ago. We're facing Alabama, but they just lost to Kentucky by 2 points. So we are now #1 in the SEC for the first time in this dynasty. But we got to hold on to it. Alabama is not going to be no pushover. This is going to be our toughest game for the rest of the season. I did not scout Ty Marcus, but I'm going to assume he's going to be good enough to play eventually. Right now, with 2 5-stars and 4 4-stars, we at the #6 class. Offense has definitely been more of a priority for me this season. 2 5-star linemen, a 4-star guard, and a wide receiver now. But now it's time to face the Crimson Tide. And after the LSU game, I was sweating that whole time. I'm not looking forward to this matchup to Alabama on the road as well. Forgot about that. But this is going to be a reunion for Daniel Hill, our backup running back. You remember he scored a touchdown on me last year to help Alabama get the win over us. But now maybe he can do that for us, but reversed. Here in the second quarter, we're only down by 4 even after Camario Taylor threw an interception on our first play of the game. We've got Daniel Hill in here. The power back falls in and gets the score and puts Mississippi State up over his former team. Mylan Graham just caught a 26-yarder on 3rd and 8 to put us at the 1-yard line. So you know what we're going to do? Daniel Hill's back out on the field, and he's going to get his second rushing touchdown of the game. That's what I'm talking about. We're up by 2 scores right now, or 2 possessions on Alabama, but they could chop into that lead right here if they get a score. They need it here on 3rd and goal. Quick pass to the left side, and there's just no defense there for them. I think that was Mitch Law in the area, our 4th-string cornerback. This is risky, but I called QB power to the left side here, and look at that left side of the field. I'm going to run it. Camario Taylor gets a block from his tight end. He has 89 speed, and he's just going to go down here at the 10-yard line, or inside the 10. And Alabama uses their first timeout. Alabama down to just 1 timeout. I have a toss called here, and I like it. It could get a touchdown, I think. Is that what I want to do, though? I'm going to go ahead and get Daniel Hill's 4th rushing touchdown of the game. Man, that feels good, knowing that he was one of the reasons why we lost last year. The Crimson Tide would score a few more times, but they were just not able to keep up with Mississippi State, so we can just kneel it, and this game is going to be over. Alabama fought pretty hard, but in the end, they could not keep up with Mississippi State's high-powered offense, and that is only Mississippi State's 19th win over Alabama. This team is playing so well right now. We just beat LSU and Alabama on the road back-to-back weeks. I have a feeling this might be a really good year to make a push in the playoffs. We can take a look at the college football playoff bracket for the first time this season. Looks like BYU's knocking on the door trying to get back in for a second straight season. Mississippi State is #1 right now. Hopefully that can stay that way at 8-0. Don't want to fall in the last 4 games, but it could happen. Especially to a team like Auburn, but I do think that our roster does look better. Isaiah Butler Tanner, the Mackey Award winner, hangs on to it in coverage. 3rd down and 1 from the 3. Can we at least get the first down here? I like the matchups we got, and Daniel Hill is going to just walk right in. Trey Crum just picked off the Tigers. And I probably shouldn't have been simming. I wanted to hop in if they got to the 30-yard line, but he intercepted them before they could do it. And Donovan Murth's going to get against 7 on the sweep. Honestly, I should have QB sneaked it twice in a row, but instead I'm going to just run a sting here. They didn't go goal line defense. So I think we got this with Daniel Hill. Oh, no, he just fumbled. But thankfully, oh, man, an offensive lineman jumped on it. Looks like they want to review it. He might have been down. Okay, great review, guys. Great camera work. Oh, Lord. And elbow touch. Bottom touches. Yeah. Definitely want to run off as much time as possible. Going to keep this one on the ground again. They only have 3 linemen to the left side. Oh, man. Just run into him, why don't you? Harlan Berry's the back. Going to run a screen pass to him. And I think he's got this one. If we can get him and just go down, I'd be fine with that. Auburn's going to get an injury timeout, so that stops the clock. Let's see what we got going here. Isaiah Butler-Tanner might split the seam, but not liking it. Just going to take a quick pass to Donovan Murph. Get closer for this field goal and take their second timeout. Joel Morris hit a 52-yarder earlier. This one's going to be a lot easier. Just accept it's me kicking this time. This one is up and good. No controversy there, though my heart was pounding. Let's see if we can catch him off guard here with a quick blitz with Gillette, maybe. Going to use your Kelly Jones. The safety. Their cornerback turned safety. And that's exactly what we needed. Use that timeout. They're going to call hurry up this time. Probably going to spike it? Nah. Going to try to run a play here. Going to back off this time. All right, I'm on the freaking cornerback. This isn't good. Oh, man, I left that open. Ah. We did get them to use all their timeouts, though, so if we can just get a couple of plays here. I'm going to use our linebacker, Lockhart. He's got 88 speed, I think. Here, over the middle, nothing's flying. Yeah, you might go scramble, but that's it. Slide. Clock's running. That was only a gain of 8. I'm feeling a quick blitz here again on 3rd down and 2. Come on, defense, get a stop. Out of bounds. We are just one more play from a perfect 9-0 start on the season. The Tigers got it on 4th and 2. They're going to keep it on the ground with the read option, and it was a good play. I was not expecting it. I did ice the kicker. I'm not going to be able to see the effects of it, but you know it's got to be hard to make this kick right now. Elijah Cannon blocks the kick. No way. I actually did it. No, my voice is gone. Oh my gosh. And there's no overtime for the Tigers. I can't believe I just blocked that kick. There's no time on the clock for anything else. The Tigers have fallen, and Mississippi State starts 9-0. So it was a close game, but we outscored them in the second half. Actually shut them out. They didn't score any points. Blocking that kick was so important. No interceptions, but no touchdowns for Kamario Taylor in this one. So next up on the list is Oklahoma. They're 6-3. So next up on our list is Oklahoma. They're sitting at 6-3 right now. And check out Ole Miss. 8-1 right now, and they are number 10. So that's going to be locking us in for a pretty exciting Egg Bowl. Probably going to be really important. So far, I haven't had to jump into this game. To start the 4th quarter, Kelly Jones gets an interception, and it is 24-0. Now 27-0. I can just send to the end of this game. It's over. I didn't have to play a single snap. Oklahoma falls in this one. Big goose egg on the board. Malachi Nelson struggled. Only 14 passes. He was picked off twice. I hate putting a game in the hands of the Simming, but I'm going to have to here against Kentucky. They're 5-5. Ole Miss is 9-1. This is the biggest Egg Bowl of the series. We could finish 12-0 with a perfect season, but we have 2 more teams ahead of us, one of them being our biggest rivals. Oh man, I just sent past Kentucky. We won, but Ole Miss just lost their 2nd game of the season. So their road looked like it was a bit easier than ours, if I'd say. They just lost to Alabama 51-23, so that's a bit different than what happened in our meeting with Alabama. Here for the final game of the regular season, it looks like it's going to be a sloppy slugfest in the rain. But we do have a whiteout game. Check this out. Mississippi State rocking the all-white unis, and Ole Miss is going to don the red and white, or actually the powder blue helmets and the powder blue jerseys. I chose the cardinal red, I thought, but powder blue works too. I like both. 2 very nice uniform sets for these teams. In this game, Ole Miss has struggled really hard to move the ball at all. Their defense hasn't been too bad, but it is still a big deficit here. Sending a blitz here, and this was going to be out left and caught, and we just gave up a huge 75-yard touchdown. Ole Miss is still in this one. So down by 16 right now. They'd have to score 2 two-point conversions and 2 touchdowns. And we just got another first down, so this game is pretty much on ice, but you never know when a game-changing fumble could happen. Kamario Taylor can just take a knee here, and that'll burn down the clock. And we finished the regular season 12-0, sweeping Ole Miss 3 years in a row. Now all we got to do is continue the success in the playoffs. Let's hope Kamario Taylor can keep this momentum into the playoffs. 3 touchdowns today in the rain. And I completely forgot about the SEC championship somehow. We're somehow number 2 and not number 1. I just realized that. But playing in the SEC championship, maybe we get the win here over Tennessee and we go back up to number 1. So we face the Volunteers. Braylon Staley is their best player, 95 speed. Their top 3 players are all wide receivers. That is very fun. I'm glad I got 3 cornerbacks that can pretty much match up with these guys step for step. And quarterback Deuce Knight looks like he is hurt. So Jake Merklinger is going to be playing, it seems. There's the trophy. Mississippi State looking to claim it here today against the Volunteers. I still don't understand why I got bumped down to number 2. We've won every game this season, and they were good games, man. Coach is trying his best to call some man coverage, but I just don't think it's a good idea with their receiving talent. So I'm going to call a bunch of zone here to end this game. Unless I decide to man blitz, you know. That time, I'll press. Just use her to safety. Oh man, that was a big release. Let's see if I can use her a bit here and help them out. Yeah, I did. They went outside with it. We're going to hand it off here on 1st and goal. He breaks a tackle, and he's brought down, thankfully. 2nd and goal for Tennessee. Let's see what they're going to do, and he's going to scramble in. Just no contain whatsoever. And Tennessee now has a chance to tie this one up. Shouldn't really expect anything different out of an SEC championship. This has been a really good game so far. We've got 58 seconds left in this game and 2 timeouts with a chance to go up by a field goal. Got to call some hurry up and put this in the hands of our running back, Daniel Hill. He's been really reliable for me today. Stack up that left side and run that way. Try to center this as much as I can. They'll use their first timeout. If we get a first down here, that would be huge. But I'm just hoping to get a few more yards to get a little bit closer for the field goal. That'll make me happy. Just get it a little bit closer for me, Murph. And Tennessee uses their 2nd timeout. So it's going to be a 47-yarder. Should be easy enough, I think. 17 seconds left on the clock. I think I did a good job bringing the clock down. For the SEC championship, this kick is good. Just barely. Oh man, my hair started standing up on the back of my neck as it started creeping to the left. Oh, and that kick ate 4 more seconds. And if I kick this a certain way, they'll have to return it and use up more clock. So just 10 seconds, and they got to go 75 yards. This is it. The final play for the SEC championship. The last time Mississippi State won was 1941. This is for it right here, and it's knocked away. Mississippi State will move on 13-0. Tennessee falls just by 3. They played a really good game, made some highlight plays, but our defense held strong there, and I did a good job managing the clock, I think. That is really awesome to see. And I'm not seeing the other Egg Bowl here. I'm not going to worry about it. There's 2 of them. And SEC Championship, of course, sitting right next to it. The Heisman winner for 2027 is Julian Lewis with 49 touchdowns. Goodness. So we get a matchup in the All-State Sugar Bowl versus Notre Dame. View job offers. Get out of here. I'm playing at Mississippi State, not pulling a Lane Kiffin. So Notre Dame has a really good team. Their top 3 players are all on defense. 2 linebackers and a cornerback, and then they got a tight end and a wide receiver to round out the top 5. And then an edge, another linebacker. Like, their defense looks like it's gonna be a problem. Similar to us, they don't really have a elite quarterback, but they've made it to the playoffs nonetheless. And Cam Williams finds himself here in Notre Dame. He's a 90 overall now. So Notre Dame had to beat Michigan. They won by 3. If we win, we got to play Georgia or Alabama. That sucks. Don't want to play Alabama again or Georgia because they're at 99 overall, but I'm going to have to. Tennessee makes it to the playoffs. They beat Colorado. Now they got to go through Clemson, and Baylor picked a win up over Pittsburgh. They now face Miami, who is 13-0 as well. But I'm not going to waste much more time. I'm ready to get into this playoff game against Notre Dame. Felt like we should have got a playoff invite last year, but we got snubbed and went to the Music City Bowl. Now, after going undefeated, can we stay hot in the playoffs? I would really hate to be one and done. That would crush my hopes and dreams. But we still have 2 more seasons if it doesn't work out here today against Notre Dame. But I'm really hoping these Bulldogs can show me they're more than what the talks have been. Nobody thinks the Bulldogs are coming out of here with a victory. We are the underdogs. So we enter the 4th quarter. It's 2nd and 16 after a big sack. Notre Dame gonna press them here, make them get every bit of their yards. It's gonna just switch to cover 3 here. I did not like my play call. Try to run a bit of a match on the D line. Get him, get him. Oh, he hangs on to it. 3 tight ends, no receivers. What do you think they're gonna do, guys? I'm gonna sell out and run up the middle. Hopefully this isn't a stretch. He sneaks it and gets it. So all tied up here after a 5-minute drive from Notre Dame. I think we have the ability to do what Notre Dame just did and chew up a lot of clock on this drive. I want to take us down the field on the ground and eat up as much clock as possible. We gashed them 3 times in a row on the ground, not eating as much clock as I was hoping. But we're getting a lot of yards. Here's Harlem Berry getting another first down. That's 4 in a row, I think. Call an RPO here, but I'm definitely looking to keep this one on the ground to Berry. Really scary with that 80 carrying. Once again, I think we're just going to run up the middle. Might want to hold RB and make sure we don't fumble. Here's another first down, though. I was going to try to call a read option, but they got 2 players out there, so I can't really. Got to snap the ball before the 2-minute warning. And Harlem Berry's just going to get another touchdown for us. No chance to run off more time. But I'll take the lead when I can. Tried to catch us off guard on first down with a run. Now they're going to spread us out 5 wide. Going to send a blitz. I don't care. Going to call some man coverage. I'll cover you up here. Kelly Jones got his hands on it. The 6'4" safety couldn't pick it, though. That might have been game if he held on to it, but instead it is 3rd and 11. They're going to hand this one off. What in the world? And I have no idea what they were thinking there. They only got a gain of 1, but now it's 4th down and 11. They got a man down there on the seas. Kelly Jones will get what he dropped earlier. So that's going to do it for Notre Dame. They can't stop the clock anymore. And we have won the All-State Sugar Bowl and advanced in the playoffs. Now we just got to see if we're going to play Alabama again or meet Georgia. And we had a bunch of TFLs in this game. 1 sack and 1 interception. And I'm pretty sure both of those were on plays that I called. And just like that, we've added another trophy to the case. 2 in 1 season. Only 2 more to go. And we will meet Alabama again. They have moved back up to number 5 in the polls. And we will face them in the Capital One Orange Bowl in the playoff semifinals. So I guess we already know this team. We don't really got much to look over in that department, but we can go look and see what happened in their playoff game against Georgia. They won by a single point. Oh, wow. Yeah, that sucks for Georgia, man. Keelan Russell had been sacked 5 times, but he threw 2 touchdowns, no picks. I doubt it's going to be the same as last time. I got to imagine Alabama puts up a bit of a fight here in the playoffs, but the last time we met them, it was a blowout. Alabama, I don't know, I already beat them once. Do I have that luck in me to beat them again? Donovan Mirth in the slot. I like that matchup on that route, but not much going on over there. Harlem Berry, a gain of 1. Let's try to switch this play here and call slants. Don't like what we had originally. Would like to get more than a field goal here. That would be awesome. Mylan Graham breaks the tackle. He's going to score. That's exactly what we needed. Instead of getting a field goal, we're going to go up by a point pending this extra kick. Or pending the extra point. Alright. Switch it up a bit here. Blitzing them still, but from a different formation. And brought down by Pickett. Now, 2nd down and 6. Clock is winding, holding onto their timeouts. Oh, that was a good pass over the middle. That's going to be 6. Was not ready for the forwards. After that big gain through the air, we got RPO to Donovan Murph, and he's got a nice gain through the air now. That pass just put Taylor over 100 yards on the day. So not very productive through the air so far. Shamar Easter's going to get open and not score. Good tackle in the open field. We just need one block out there. This is 6. Kamario Taylor on the ground. No one's over there. This is going to be easy. Defense has another shot to get the ball back to our offense, but now we're up. It's 3rd down and 5 for Alabama. They're going to do a quick screen out right, and it's not going to do anything. Bouncing off the back of somebody. 4th down and 5 here. Alabama's going to go for it. We'll see if our defense has what it takes to get them off the field here on 4th down. Trying to lock up everything. They're going to throw out left side. This one is knocked away. Kelly Jones with the PBU. They're in field goal range now, so they might try to chew up a bit of clock now. We'll see what they decide to do. Trying to blitz them. And that's going to be another TFL for us. 5 wide. I think I made a bad call there, pulling that play out. Let's go switch to a Tampa 2. And I'm going to use the D-line, give all the coverage to the CPU. And over the middle, that's complete. Defense is struggling here on this possession. Alabama has been moving down the field with ease. Going to try to blitz them right now, though. You run this screen pass, I'm intercepting it. Oh, he threw it inside. Spreading us out 5 wide. I'm going to blitz. Nickel 2 trap blitz. See if that'll do anything. Get some pressure on him. Hopefully out right side. And no good. Inside the 2-minute warning now. Can't stop the clock that way. But we got 3 timeouts. So do they. Here's Max Lamar getting a catch. I am going to run a little bit of no huddle right now just to keep them in this defense. But I'm going to run the clock all the way down. And maybe not. I'm going to show a little bit of urgency here and snap the ball. Here's a big run for the sweep. That was a huge block in the middle there. Let's call 2 drags in the slant. You know, Shamar Easter should get open. And he hangs on. Good hands. 20 seconds left in this one. We have 2 timeouts remaining. And my heart's starting to pick up a little bit. My heart rate's picking up a bit here. I think we can get some leverage over their linebacker potentially. It looks like we did. Lob it out to him. Mylan Graham holds on. He's in the end zone. And we have taken the lead. We're going to go for 2 here and try to go up by a field goal. All right. Down. We got him. Just 10 seconds remain here. And the winner will be going to the national championship. It looks like Baylor and Tennessee is close too. 35-35 for them. But right now we got to worry about stopping them on defense. That's a quick pass, but not really efficient. 3 seconds for 5 yards. Not good enough. Not going to be good enough. You got 7 seconds to go. 75 yards. Keelan Russell got pressure up the middle with the defensive tackle. He's going to send this one deep and broken up with 1 second remaining. National championship on the line. Mississippi State has never won it. Alabama has won it frequently. Keelan Russell, he's doing all kinds of stuff in the pocket, but that is not what he needed to do. He had to chuck it up, and this one's over. Alabama had no shot there with whatever he was doing. And Mississippi State will advance to the national championship. We're going to have to wait and see if it's going to be Tennessee. But what a showing from these Bulldogs. Able to come back from being down. I was a bit worried, but they got the job done. There it is, man. We won the Orange Bowl, and now there is just one final test. We got a rematch versus Tennessee. They lost the SEC championship, but made it all the way back for the national championship to get a rematch against Mississippi State. So it all comes down to one final game. I think as long as our cornerbacks can hold their receivers in check, we'll have a really good shot at winning this national championship. We've already beat them once, just a few games ago in the SEC championship. We handed them one of their 2 losses. They were barely able to beat Baylor. Braylon Staley had 6 catches for 93 yards and a touchdown. He is going to be a problem, I think. We're going to have to do everything we can to make sure he isn't. And I think the best way to do that is make sure that DJ Pickett is on him at all times because, I mean, he has 83 man, 91 zone, and 98 speed. Plus, he's 6'4". There's the final trophy to add to our case. The last thing we need to complete this rebuild. And I am honestly surprised that we have a chance to do it here in year 3. Mississippi State has never been to a national championship. This is the first time. And what a time to do it. Thankfully, it's against a team that we have already beat, and we're back in the Caesars Superdome. How about that? It looks like this run to the left could be really juicy. Daniel Hill can get head first going. Shed that tackle if he tries. Ooh, runs right through him, but that other man was able to help bring him down. That could have been more. I don't know what it is, but the I form is just the only way I do good at running the ball. Pistol sometimes, but the I form, that fullback on the field, I'm able to get so much yards. Oh, Daniel Hill gets popped that time. From the 41, Kamario Taylor's in the shotgun. Harlem Berry's in the backfield with him. We're going to look his way since they sent the blitz. He's got platinum, juke, and shifty. Spin cycle, whatever you want to call it. Clearly, I know all the abilities, guys. I know all their names. Platinum Shifty. That is the one that I do know he has, but I forget what the spin one's called. Well, I'm going to take the one-on-one shot to Murph, but it's out of his reach. Is that DPI? Wow. Big DPI call. That's going to put us at the 12. Okay. All right. We're just going to spread them out here 5 wide. I made a few hot routes on this one. But I'm looking for Shamar Easter again if I have time. I didn't really, but Mylan Graham's going to pick up a score. The first for Mississippi State in the national championship. Clock is winding. Not going to use a timeout just yet. Mississippi State seems to be holding on to theirs as well. Now lots of passes or routes underneath. Concepts not really developing. And Mississippi State picks up their 3rd sack of the game. 3rd and 17. Mississippi State's defense can hold strong here. But Tennessee does have a really good kicker. They might could make it from here. Out left and caught. He broke a tackle. Gets out of bounds. Now at the 38-yard line. 2 timeouts remaining. We'll see what we got. Not liking much here. Just take Daniel Hill. Runs through a man, trying to get more. Now with just 1 timeout left, I'm looking to get a little bit closer for maybe a shot play. I don't think I can kick a field goal from here. Let's see if Jalen Mbakwe gets open, and he does. We can get out of bounds. That's actually great. Kick is up, and good. It was running out of steam there. I thought it was about to fall short, to be honest. The right side looks pretty stacked up. I'm going to switch to the left. Good blocks. We can get another one. Oh, man. Right through him. Wow. I really want to lean on him here in the second half of the national championship. So I want to get him involved in the passing game this time with a screen pass. Really good blocking. He spins around, but he does get the first down, thankfully. The thing that I'm loving right now is he's not really getting tired. He is a little bit banged up now. I might want to go ahead and swap in Harlem Berry. All right, Daniel Hill up the middle. He's breaking off every single attempt. Now on 2nd down and 2, I think this is a perfect time to pull out the play action. I have been running it down their throat. Mike could catch them off guard here. Shamar Easter's wide open. On the run. That's money. That's the 2nd touchdown scored here for Mississippi State. Tennessee is going to need to do a lot of work on offense to catch back up in this one. It is 6-17, and they're getting close to the red zone. At the 31, Deuce Knight looking right side, and this one is caught. And it looks like he stepped out of bounds before he dove in, thankfully. Now 2nd and goal. Let's see what Tennessee does. And that was my man. I didn't even see him. So Tennessee gets on the board for their first touchdown. I really like the position that we find ourselves in here in this national championship. Just about 7 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. We're up by 4. 75 yards to the end zone. We can try to chew up as much clock as possible on this drive. Harlan Berry's going to shed a tackle and has a lot of green in front of him. 94 speed. No one's going to catch him. He's gone. I was talking about how I wanted to chew some clock, but when you got a chance to score like that, you have got to take it. Big 75-yarder for Harlan Berry. Now that is how you respond to a touchdown. Back up with a nice lead. I left a man open again. That's my dude. I got to cover him. Clock is ticking down under 6 minutes just about. Taking a deep shot one-on-one. Pickett. And he gets mossed. That is unfortunate. Tennessee's like, you want a long one? I'll show you a long one. Just through the air. What a bomb from Deuce Knight. He is 19 for 22 right now. Appears Daniel Hill has subbed back into the game. His foot doesn't seem to be bothering him anymore. He's going to get the carry here. Shed the first tackle. Plow through a couple of defenders. And gets a nice gain. And I don't see any reason why I should change it here except for their scheme or their front that they have. But it's too late now. I got to call this play. Or else I would have gotten a false start. And it doesn't matter because Daniel Hill has activated Heisman abilities. I can feel it. Daniel Hill is getting ready to break one loose. Get some good blocks there. Gonna juke inside. How about back outside? Stiff arm. They are boxing us up here. They really want to stop the run. I think it's the perfect time to call some play action. Mbakwe, that's a bad pass. Oh man. Oh man. I cannot believe I just threw that. I swear, the way their colors are set up, he was blending in. Over the middle for Deuce Knight. Decent gain of 5. Man, I hate putting the pressure on the defense now. But I think we can do it. Just don't give up a big play again. Quickly breaking a tackle and getting a first down. Speeding out to the left. Finally brought down at the 46. 2nd down and 2 here. They're coming out with 3 tight ends. I'm going to put a free safety over there on the right side, but it doesn't matter. Oh, man, he's breaking through. At this point, I'm hoping for a miracle because our defense is just bending and bending and bending. I'm not sure what we can call here to fix it. Going to try to cover the running back all the way to the end zone. Get some pressure, but no sack. Maybe make a little makeshift pressure here with the safety. Let's go! That's exactly what we needed. Big sack on 2nd down makes it 3rd and 17. No shot that just happened. It stuck me behind the line of scrimmage, and then I got bumped into a offensive lineman. I am sick right now. Oh, he did a stop and go. Deuce Knight scrambling. Oh, the defensive lineman's not fast enough. It's 4th and 5 here. I'm calling cover 4 quarters. Come on, man. Oh, man. Yes, he missed the throw. Deuce Knight. Wow. I feel like we just got bailed out a bit. I think he had the back shoulder throw, and it looked like that's what he was trying to throw. Just completely off target on 4th down. And they have already burned a timeout, so 1 first down and it's over. Daniel Hill has ended this game, and Mississippi State is going to walk out of here as national champions. All we have to do is kneel at one time, and there it is. Rebuild complete. The Mississippi State Bulldogs are national champions. It happened quicker than I expected. And this upcoming recruiting class isn't even going to matter with all the 5 stars and the elite devs because the rebuild is complete. Yeah, man, what a game. It sucks that run was for nothing, basically, because I threw a pick on the next play because that was a really good run. But, yeah, I can't believe that it's already done. The Mississippi State Bulldogs did it. There's a chance we have both of them back next season, or both of them could get drafted. Oh, wait, it doesn't matter. The series is over. You're still here, looking at stats with me. That's nice of you. The episode is officially complete. All the challenges were met. We have become national champions in just 3 seasons at Mississippi State. But yeah, we conquered Ole Miss pretty early in this episode. And then we got shafted, had to play the Music City Bowl against Ohio State. Didn't think we would win that, but we did. And then not too long after, we were winning the SEC championship and then made a run into the playoffs and claimed the national championship in 2027. Really happy with how this episode turned out. A perfect 16-0 season with Mississippi State is honestly really crazy and unexpected. I'm really happy with the results of this episode. If you're still here, I really appreciate you sticking around. This is a longer episode, and if you liked it, please leave a like and maybe a comment letting me know a team that I might could rebuild next, or your favorite team that you want to see get rebuilt into a champion maybe in 5 years or 10 years. I'm not sure what I really want to do right now. I'm just kind of making stuff to see what sticks and what people like. So I'd love to hear your feedback on what you want to see. I had a lot of fun making this, and I already have a few teams in mind for another rebuild. I'd like to get out of the SEC, but honestly, there's a couple of teams that are on my list that are from the SEC. I figured if you were still here to this point, you might want to see where some players got drafted. And we had a lot of declares that I couldn't even persuade to stay. They were like, yeah, I'm gone, brother. So Daniel Hill declared he goes round 2. We had 1 first-round pick, Jalen Braxton. Tree, he got drafted into the round 2. And DJ Pickett also went round 2. We had 2 third-rounders. Harlem Berry declared, and Jamarius Brown, as predicted, went in the 3rd round. And take a look at this. Donovan Murph, who I thought was our best receiver, he declared, goes round 4. Could not convince him to stay. Kevin Wynn, he declares he's gone in the 4th. Darian Gillette, he went in the 4th. I thought that's where he should go. He's pretty dang good, got some good ability. Jalen Mbakwe, a 2-way player, he gets drafted into the 5th round. And Kelly Jones, our final player, he sneaks into the 6th round. And there might have been a couple of undrafted free agents, who knows.